If you have a trading strategy that you know should be profitable, but you continue to take trades outside of your plan or over risk at the wrong times or over trade when you know you shouldn't, this video may be perfect for you. You know, when you first start trading, you think the only thing I need to find is a profitable strategy, a strategy that will help me win. And when you find that and you start trading, you realize there's more complexity to trading. It's not only about having a profitable strategy, it's also developing yourself into a trader that's able to stick to that and endure the pressures of the market that may take you away from that. And something that top traders, profitable traders, consistently profitable traders have been able to do is master the part of their psychology that fires up when pressure hits in the market and drives traders to do things that they know aren't part of their plan. And being able to master that part of your psychology and to avoid amygdala hijacking is a crucial part of the journey. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what the top traders do to stop being hijacked by their amygdala and to gain more control so they don't find themselves repeating the same self-sabotaging patterns right before payouts in the market. And if you resonate with my content and my ideas, I encourage you to check out the free resource in the description, my Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset training. And I've recently opened up some spots to work directly with myself. So if that's of interest, complete the quiz, which is in the description, and I'll reach out to you very shortly. Now, there's a part of you that's very poised and human-like, that sticks to your trading plan at times, that manages and moderates risk. And there's a part of you that's a little bit more like an animal, that's very reactive and just wants to have pleasure now and avoid any pains and over risks and over trades and takes trades out of your plan. And really, these two different parts of you represent the two main components of your brain. The subcortical area of the brain, which is responsible for survival and keeping you alive. That's the animal that reacts to external stimulus, pain and pleasure, and does whatever it can to avoid the pain, to seek the pleasure, to really a survival response to keep you alive. And then there's the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that's more poised and executive and makes rational decisions according to a plan. You would have experienced both in your trading career. But really, the goal is managing and moderating the amygdala, the reactive part of you that is, wants to take trades outside of your plan, wants to over risk, wants to alleviate any losses immediately by jumping straight back into the market. And to moderate and manage that part of your brain so that the prefrontal cortex, the human, can be in charge more often. And the way we do that and start to moderate the amygdala's response is by understanding a few very important things. This part of the diagram represents the past. This part of the diagram represents the future. The y-axis here is pleasure and the y-axis down is pain. Through our life experiences in the past, we can have certain experiences that we perceive as pleasurable. So if we're talking specifically about our trading, we could have pleasurable experiences in the past where we have very highly pleasurable wins in the market in our perception. We perceive to have a big win that brought a lot of pleasure, a lot of dopamine, a lot of reward, and we build up that idea in our mind. And that logs in the subconscious mind as a pleasurable experience that the amygdala wants to seek after and replicate. We can also have what we perceive as very painful experiences in the past, painful losses in the past that we log in the subconscious mind as a negative experience, and the amygdala wants to escape and avoid these. This response was very necessary thousands of years ago, where the amygdala learned to associate pleasure to food and prey and pain to predator. And this response of logging those experiences in the subconscious mind was the body's way and the mind's way to instinctively or impulsively react split seconds before the individual had any time to think, as a way to avoid this perceived life-threatening situation and seek after this so they could avoid starvation. So this response of the amygdala in the subconscious mind was developed through evolution to keep ourselves alive. Now, the same response fires when you trade. The amygdala learns to associate winning good, losing bad. The amygdala can't differentiate between a losing trade and a life-threatening situation. So too, it can't differentiate between a winning trade and potential food that would stop its starvation. So the amygdala's hijacking comes whenever there's a particular trade or an experience in the market that resembles one of these two things, either a perceived threat or a perceived pleasure. And we have this build up in the subconscious mind of winning is good, losing is bad. I want to seek after this. I want to avoid this. And the moment there's a perceived opportunity for this in the market, let's say, for example, you're doing your pre-trade analysis and there's a potential move with volatility kicking in, and the brain sees a component that resembles a previous win that was very pleasurable, then the amygdala gets fired up and it creates this fear of missing out response. Because remember, thousands of years ago, the ancestor needed to be able to kickstart a response to be able to go and capture after that prey. And it needed to have fear of missing out, because missing out could have potentially meant never finding food again for the next month, which would have meant starvation and death. So in the moment of perceiving a trade that could recapture some of these pleasures, the amygdala stimulates the sympathetic fight or flight response. It gets adrenaline and cortisol pumping through your body, and the blood goes from the internal organs to the periphery of the muscles. This is why you get red hot at those times in the market. And the amygdala wants to capture after that potential win. So it creates whatever narrative it needs to in your mind, confirmation bias to only let in information that supports that belief, to want to capture after that win impulsively. So when something resembles those pleasurable experiences, it could just be a very small component, the amygdala kickstarts. And so too, if there's a potential loss or a threat, or there is an actual loss in the market, the amygdala can perceive that as a threat. It can compare it to all the previous losses, and it can dramatize and exaggerate how bad that is to kickstart that fight or flight response to get away from that. So the amygdala's hijacking is really just, I'm comparing the current data to these experiences in my mind, previous experiences in my mind, and that's what's kickstarting the amygdala's response. So too, if the trader is building up these fantasies in their mind of all the things they think they can get from the trade on that individual trade, and they build up the rewards and the pleasures, just like if you were to kind of dangle a reward in front of a monkey or a gorilla, or a banana or some food, and then let's imagine you were to yank that away and throw it away, that a monkey or gorilla out of an unmet expectation would be furious. So we can also stimulate the amygdala by creating more perceived rewards on that individual trade that we're about to take, and building up a narrative of all the things we think we're going to get from that individual trade. That kickstarts the amygdala, because now if it's a win, we feed the fantasy of pleasure on that trade and train ourselves into gambling behaviors. Or if it's a loss, it's an unmet expectation relative to those rewards, and that's a very painful experience. So the amygdala's hijacking comes from many different angles. It comes from the subconsciously stored associations between winning is good and these previous pleasurable experiences in the market, that we train ourselves into seeing only the benefits without the drawbacks, the pleasures without the pains, and we're trying to recapture those pleasurable experiences because we haven't gone back to those experiences and broaden our perspective on them. And so too, the subconsciously stored painful moments of very painful losses in the past, these are logged in the subconscious mind, and we're actively attempting to avoid them. So the first place to help manage the amygdala's hijacking, this is what top traders do, is they do the necessary deep work to go back to these pleasurable wins in the past and painful losses of the past, and find the other side of these pleasurable wins, help them see the drawbacks to those pleasurable wins, and help them see the advantages to these painful losses, so they're not running this lopsided narrative that these pleasurable wins were good, I need to recapture after them, because now they're aware of the drawbacks, the pains, the risks, and disservices of those experiences. And so too, they're not running this narrative of these painful losses, I need to avoid them, because now they're aware of the benefits, the advantages, the pleasures, the supports of those previous wins. And they have more of a balanced, broader perspective on these previous experiences. And when you do that to enough pleasurable wins in the past and painful losses of the past, you manage the amygdala's response, because the amygdala is less trying to seek after this and less trying to avoid this. It's more moderated. It's more stabilized. And when the amygdala is moderated, the blood glucose and oxygen goes into the prefrontal cortex, which is the more executive part of the brain that gets lit up. And that's where you can be more present with the market and make process-based decisions. So a big part of the work I do with traders when I help them manage the amygdala's hijacking is going back to those very pleasurable experiences in the past that they are consciously or unconsciously attached to, and which kickfire the amygdala's response, and actually helping them see a broader perspective to those. And so too, the very painful experiences in the past that they're trying to unconsciously or consciously avoid, finding the benefits to those, to broaden their perspective on those experiences as well. And what we find immediately and instantaneously when we do that is the trader is now poised in the market. They're less reactive. They're more able to just sit on their hands, be present with the market, and when the market offers them an opportunity, they take it. And if it's a loss, they're not reactive to that because they could see the advantages of that they found in the past. And if it's a win, they're not elated by that, building themselves up in pride because they've moderated that belief. They've reframed what winning and losing means to them. So the first place I'd like to go is going and addressing these previous experiences that actually drive the amygdala's response. And so too, I also like to show the trader that to the degree they build up the pleasure of an individual trade in their mind and think they're going to get rewarded by it, is to the degree they experience a pain and a humbling experience on that trade when it's inevitably a loss, to help them break their attachment to this high. And I help the trader see that they're in more control over their amygdala's hijacking than what they think, because really what they're doing is they're dangling great rewards in the face of their amygdala and they're firing the amygdala up. So I help them see, all right, if they were able to get all these perceived rewards and pleasures in the future that they think they're going to get, how would that actually be a drawback and disservice to them? And humble and ground those fantasies and those ideas so that they can be more present with the market, less projecting of rewards onto the market, so they're more present. And as a result, that also helps moderate their fears and their anxieties, bring those back into center. And when the trade's inevitably a lost part of their sample space, they're not disappointed because they don't have unrealistic expectations on the individual trade that it's going to give them a great reward. So what happens is these traders become more moderated and more poised, and these polarities get brought in, and they're able to be more present with the market, listen to the market, and make a decision if the market aligns with their edge. And if it doesn't, well, there's no desire to seek after these great rewards, so they're actually they're not trading what's in their mind anymore, they're trading the real market. So if there's no opportunity according to the market, they have no desire to trade. So it takes work to manage the amygdala's response, but I'm certain that if the right questions are asked, and I can work with the trader one-on-one and guide them on this process and help them identify their most painful, pleasurable wins in the past, the most painful losses in the past, and help them go back to those moments where they saw pleasure without pain or pain without pleasure, and help them see what the other side is of that event, the reaction to that dissipates. So if you're watching this right now, I encourage you to do that. Go back to your three most pleasurable wins in the past. Start with one and get present where you perceived you had a pleasurable win. And what was the drawback or the pain in that moment of that win? What was the drawback that you've been overlooking that's always been there that you have blocked out with your bias? And then go back to your most painful loss. And what was the benefit of that painful loss in that moment? Not to make anything up or justify or try and make your losses good or your wins bad, but just to see what's always been there but it's been blocked out. And when I work with a trader one-on-one, that's a lot of the work we do is I'm going back to their previous experiences in their trading, in life, in childhood, in sporting, in schooling, in competitive sport, in multiple different areas, because these are where we train ourselves into these associations that actually kickfire the amygdala and help them see a broader perspective on that. And the moment they do, they become more human-like, they become more poised and present, less reactive like an animal. And you can actually see it in the way they talk about these experiences, the way they trade. The results get better because they're more moderated and more calm. It's really quite profound what happens when you go back to these experiences. So this is how the top traders moderate their amygdala, and they manage amygdala hijacking. A lot of it's deep work on these these experiences, but then also realizing that they have more control over their amygdala than what they thought by managing the pre-trade expectations. If you're going into a trade building up this crazy narrative of all the things you think you're going to get from the trade, you can guarantee your amygdala is going to be fired up. But if you go through your beliefs pre-trade and you humble any ideas of what you think you're going to get from the market in that individual trade, and you remind yourself you don't have control over the market, and you find out what's the drawback if I get this thing, and you moderate that belief, you can rest assured that you're going to have less fears and less anxieties on that trade, and your amygdala is going to be more in control and more calm, and your prefrontal cortex is going to be more fired up. So managing the very expectations you create helps you stop a lot of the amygdala hijacking. You have more control over your amygdala firing up than what you think, because you have more control over the pleasures you project onto the market and the rewards you project onto the market than what you think. So that's my little masterclass on how top traders manage hijacking, amygdala hijacking. What I encourage you to do, if you resonate with this and you listening to this and you're realizing, shit, I'm going through some of these experiences, these are some of the things I'm doing, I encourage you to download the Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset 3.0 training. That tool has been designed to help you manage pre-trade expectations, to help you lower the amygdala's response. And if you know that this is hurting your trading and affecting you, and you know there's certain experiences in the past that are affecting your ability to trade, I encourage you to complete the quiz in the description and answer those questions, and then I'll reach out and we can have a chat about how I can further assist you with your trading to actually address these components, because it's work, but it can be done. And you can go in there and really reframe your trading psychology. And when you do, you have significantly better results because you're sticking to your plan, you're sticking to your edge. So traders, if you got one new insight from this video, please go ahead and consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And if you have any questions, drop them below. Now, before you click away, I want you to watch this next video that's going to pop up on your screen, and I'll see you all in the next video.